Sue, Boo Boo, Buster, and that guy.
I'm fine.
The Wolfman.
I'm
He's fine.
Yeah,
He's fine.
nothing happened. We're good. Glad that you're here.
Hello, we are Sue, Boo Boo, Buster, and that guy.
I'm fine.
The Wolfman.
I'm
He's fine.
Yeah,
He's fine.
nothing happened. We're good. Glad that you're here.
Hello.
Hey.
How are you today? I keep forgetting to look at the camera because it's there now.
Yeah,
I'm
me
looking
too.
over here. But we're here today with you, and I want to say, moin.
Boing.
Mm-hmm. I also want to say Guten Nachmittag, just because it's fun to say.
Fun to say.
And I'm saying those because we're doing a German band today.
What are we doing today?
You like them, KRAFTWERK.
I do like craft work.
Remember KRAFTWERK?
Yes, we're doing a craft work?
Yeah.
Okay, I like craft work.
Yeah. For
Yeesh.
those of you who have been watching us when we do KRAFTWERK, a few weeks ago, Wolfman had a neurological event, they call it, where he lost a good bit of memory all the way back to before our channel started. So I'm reintroducing him to some things, but I do remember before any of this memory stuff started, before we started a channel, that you mentioned KRAFTWERK.
I have a craft work album. I have that one probably everybody has.
Well, and I'll tell you, when you mentioned that, before we even started our channel, I was like, Kraft who?
Craft foods.
Okay. And then so we did a few of them. We've done a few reactions, at
To
least
KRAFTWERK?
two. Mm-hmm.
Don't remember.
We can watch them because they're online.
Well, I want to see it.
Okay.
Let's go.
And so today we're going to do Radioactivity. Do you remember it from back in the day?
I really don't. I don't. Is this a back in the day song? I mean, they had a bunch of albums out.
Well, it says that this particular video was released in 2011.
Was it uploaded in 2011 or released in 2011?
Released.
Okay.
But I don't know if that means that's when KRAFTWERK put it out or not. I
know
knew their main singer died a couple of years ago.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What was his name?
Was it Rolf?
Rolf. Yeah.
Maybe.
R-I-L-F, right?
I don't know.
Sounds
'Cause
familiar.
you're my KRAFTWERK person, so you just got
I just had the one album. I don't have anything else by them, but I had that in, right out of high school maybe, or
yeah. Somebody was listening to it and you were like, what is this? Because you're so big into keyboards, and you got even more big into
Yes.
keyboards after you first heard them. But yeah, the Autobahn song stuck in your head.
Yes.
But
Yeesh.
you're a keyboard guy, and KRAFTWERK is, they're the first innovators of this
Yeesh.
stuff. All right, so let's see. Can you do the thing to get it up on the screen for
I
the
can.
people in the place with the stuff?
I got it. Here we go. All right. Are we ready?
Yeah, I've got it open right here.
Produce 7.5 tons of plutonium every year. 1.5 kilogram of plutonium made the nuclear bomb. Sellafield 2 will release the same amount of radioactivity into the environment as Chernobyl every 4.5 years. One of these radioactive substances,
Well, that's surprising.
It's in the air for you and me. Discovered by Madame Curie. Chain reaction and mutation. Contaminated population.
Wow, okay.
How hard is it for 4 people together to achieve that?
Um,
Because I was told these guys were the innovators. There's one other musician or musical group that was around the same time as Kraftwerk, or maybe right after them, who they said were like the keyboard synthesized.
well, there were a couple back then. There was Wendy Carlos, who was a man, became a woman. This is way back when, and did all synthesizer type stuff. There was Tangerine Dream. Tangerine Dream did a lot of movie scores. And these guys, and there may have been others, but what I noticed the difference is like when I watched them back in the day, they all had analog keyboards. They each had one, right? And they would mix. Now they're using, looks like probably a controller and a laptop, right? And then you have one guy kind of in the center who mixes everything. You have 3 guys playing and 1 guy mixing.
Okay.
I wouldn't think it would be that hard, but it's been so many years since I've even played around with any of that kind of stuff.
Right.
Right. So
Yeah.
I don't do electronic music at all. I know people who do, but I don't do a lot. I mean, electronic in the sense that it sounds like that, right?
Mhm.
Everything I do, I try to make it sound as analog as possible.
Right. Yeah. Well, I know some of the earlier videos that we watched, and I do think this is more recent by looking at them. They look a little older. But you can see the analog keyboards, and they've all got their own. And even if it's a while ago, they've got the keyboard and a laptop, which probably it was state of the art back then, and not everybody had one. But yeah.
Well, if you go all the way back to when they started, they didn't have laptops, and
Right.
computers were really big and expensive, and so they used a keyboard, and then you'd have to twist the knobs, and I mean, you have to really do a lot of work to get that to sound that way.
Right. Especially live.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So now I
well,
know why you liked them.
I think you're great. It's funny because that sound is, I mean, it's hard for me to explain. I just like it. I think it sounds great.
I feel like I could listen to that if I were driving at night down a long road, that it would just like take me into a zone.
It put me to sleep.
Oh yeah.
I used to
maybe
put
you
that
should play it
record
at
on.
night.
I used to put that record on years ago, and I'd sleep to it. And my roommate Phil at the time was like, "I hate that." I was like, "We can turn it off." I was like, you know.
Once you fall asleep.
And he wouldn't. That's graveyard music. Sounds like the grave.
The only thing I would say is if you have any propensity for seizure, just listen to them and don't watch the videos, because there were so many lights flashing. I was like, wow, yeah. But very good, very good, very talented men.
Very talented men, old, and they looked really old.
Okay, David Bowie.
But what about Bowie?
Okay, so I'm sorry, it just came to my mind in one of our reaction videos for Kraftwerk that people were commenting on how he spent some time with them in Berlin,
Okay.
and that they felt like Bowie and Kraftwerk were kind of the originators of some genre.
Well, Bowie, I mean, Bowie's been around a long time. I was going to say he's probably been around longer than Kraftwerk, maybe not. I don't know. And he used a lot of electronic type sounds, but he's real eclectic, real different.
He was.
There's so much,
He
to
was.
me, they're two completely different kind of genres and sounds.
They are, but I think there was just a little bit of a mixing of, they had an admiration for each other,
I can
and
see
then
that.
they got together and they learned some things from each other.
Well, Bowie spent a lot of time in Berlin and a lot of time in Germany in particular, but he's English.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did spend a lot of time in Germany. He had a lot of German influence.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well,
Yes.
I loved it. I will give this 2 thumbs up.
Good.
And if you're ready to sign off,
I am ready.
okay. If you like this video, please hit like, subscribe, share, notify. I can't get my hands right. Comment down
Hello,
below.
baby.
Be blessed.
And don't hurt anybody.